What's good, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Chai here with another video. So as you can see from the title of the video, we're going to talk about self-love. Self-love, okay? I'm gonna talk about self-love. It's a really huge topic, but we're gonna break it down today, and I'll teach you guys how to love yourselves better, because my channel is to help you and me grow. We're gonna grow together. Before I proceed with this video, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds to do that. You're done? Okay, let's get to the video. So basically, I'm gonna give you guys self-love tips on how to love yourself, and because I feel like if you love yourself, you're gonna like grow and learn how to grow. So today I came up with a few tips. I feel like you guys have had of some of these tips, but I feel like I want to just talk to you guys about it more because I have to. So first of all, what is self-love? Personally, I feel like self-love is the act of loving yourself, treating yourself right, and being there for you. If you love someone, what do you want for this person? You'd want to see this person grow, you'd want to see this person elevate, you'd want to see this person do great. You always do everything to always make sure this person is in their comfort zone, or is happy, or is living their best life. So I want you to do everything you do for someone you love to yourself. Get what I'm talking about? Okay, so here are a few things. Here are a few tips I've written down in my notebook. I'm going to share with you guys a few tips on how to love yourself. So first of all, tip number one is embracing imperfections. You guys, I know you've had this before, but I feel like I want to talk about this because something you've always had, but please allow me to talk about it. Embrace your imperfections. No one is perfect. No one is expected to be perfect. We're all humans. We all have flaws. Admit your flaws and take action. Okay, if you have something that you're not secure about, something you feel insecure about, something you don't like about yourself, and before you begin to take action, always admit your flaws and embrace imperfections, and then learn how to work on it. Because if you embrace imperfections, there is nothing anyone can come and tell you that will actually pull you down and drag you down. Because I feel like people always tend to drag people down through their imperfections and their insecurities. But if you learn to embrace and live with your imperfections and insecurities, there is nothing anyone can say that's gonna bring you down. Because hey, you know how you look like and you're gonna work on it. Let me say you do not like your arms. Let me say you have large arms. Embrace it first, love it, learn to live with it, and then you're gonna take action and see how you're gonna do it. Because, and one more thing is, something that you're insecure about is something that someone else wants. That's one thing you should actually know. So you have to love your insecurities, embrace your insecurities. Number two is, you do not have to be enough for the world, but you have to be enough for yourself. Stop trying to impress the world. Stop trying to impress people around you and learn to impress yourself. Because I feel like people always talk regardless, even though if you try to do things to impress other people, you're going to be breaking yourself. You're going to be dragging yourself down, because you're going to do everything it takes to be enough for the world, but no one will ever be enough for anyone. Honestly, you should only be enough for yourself, because the more you try to be perfect for other people, the more you keep destroying yourself and breaking yourself, because you're going to do all this extra stuff for people that don't even care at the end of the day. I feel like people don't really care so much about whatever that is going on in your life. You care for you alone, and you have to learn that, take it, and be enough for yourself. You don't have to try so hard to impress other people. Please, don't. Okay, so if you want to love yourself, always try to be enough for yourself. Love yourself the way you are, and forget about everyone. Block the negativity, block the noise, close your ears, and always only listen to positive things. Because I feel like not everyone is the same. There are other people out there who are actually really positive and want to see you grow, and those are the people you should always listen to. Do not listen to these negative people and all that stuff. Please block the noise, okay? Tip number three, you guys don't mind, I'm gonna be looking down once in a while, is mirror talk. Okay, this is what I always do to myself every time I wake up, or even before I go to sleep. I always go to the mirror and talk to myself. I tell myself how I'm enough, I'm beautiful, I'm gorgeous, I'm gonna be successful, and I'll achieve everything I want in my life. I feel like that has actually helped me, because when you talk to yourself, you always remind yourself of who you are and who you're going to become in the future, and who you are trying to be, you get. So you always talk to yourself and all that stuff, because charity begins at home. So you have to talk to yourself first before you go out there and try to, I don't know, listen to, because once you talk to yourself, you already know what you have. You already know all your flaws, you already know all your imperfections, and then you don't have to listen to other people, because you already know where you're heading. You know your direction, you know who you are and all that stuff. So always talk to yourself in the mirror and always give yourself all these positive words and tell yourself how beautiful you are, because you are beautiful, love. You are gorgeous, you are amazing, you are perfect to yourself. You don't have to be perfect for anyone, okay? Another tip is learn when to walk away. Yeah, people, if you want to be a better version of yourself, if you want to love yourself better, you always have to learn when to walk away. That goes aligned with self-worth, and I feel like self-worth goes hand in hand with self-love, because if you love yourself, then you're going to know when to walk away. Let me say you are in you have this friend group, okay, and they always tend to make you feel bad about yourself. They always tend to remind you of insecurities, because I feel like we all have friend groups. Okay, some of us have friend groups, and you always share with them, or you have a friend and you always tend to share with them what you're insecure about and all that stuff. If they always remind you about your insecurities and always try to make fun of you and try to make you feel bad about yourself and always throw in negative comments about you and all that stuff, you always have to know when to leave. Like, carry your stuff and dip. You don't have to be around people who are gonna make you feel bad about yourself. Like, that's honestly messed up. So you should always learn to leave, because you should know when to leave, because if you're always around these people and you just, oh, I don't want to leave because I don't want to be lonely, I'm going to be da 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 da, you're going to leave. Every time the day ends, you're going to get a reason why to even not like yourself, because they're going to remind you of all these things, and you're just going to be like, oh my god, I don't like this about you. I don't like this about me. I don't like this about me. Oh my god, I want to be like this. Da da da. Stop. Know when to leave and learn when to leave, because if you think it's too much and they're trying to make you feel not good about yourself, then walk away, because we're here to build self-love and confidence and all that stuff. Why are you going to be around these people who are going to always make you feel bad and drag you to the ground? That's pointless. You should surround yourself with people who actually matter and people who want you to grow. You get? So it's better to be alone and love yourself and treat yourself the way you want to be treated than be around people who are going to be shitty and messy. So if they have a lot to say, girl, deep, walk away. It's not that deep. It's just walk, because hey, we're trying to build self-love, and there's no way you're gonna love yourself if this girl's always gonna remind you of all these things. Okay, so let's go to the other tip. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop. Where is your self-love if you're comparing yourself to other people? I feel like there's a difference. You can admire someone, it's okay to admire people. I admire a lot of girls out there and I'm just like, oh my god, yes. But then there's another, you can admire someone and want to be like them. Like, oh my god, you compare yourself so much. Let me say your friend has a very clear skin and you're like, oh my, it's okay to be like, oh my god, I love your skin, da, 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 da. But don't, I feel like if you compare yourself, you're going to try to push yourself so hard to be like this other person, which is crazy, because we don't want that. We are learning to love ourselves and accept things and wait for our, I don't know, but stop comparing yourselves. It's useless, it's pointless. If you don't compare yourself to your friend, don't compare yourself to anyone, you just have to live for you and be happy for you. You know, it's good to be happy for people, but just stop comparing yourself. Stop. It's not gonna take you anywhere. It's just gonna keep hurting you, because you'll be focused so much on this person's life instead of focusing on yourself. You're gonna forget about yourself and focus more on this person's life, and you just try to, because if you're comparing, you're gonna try to compete. And we're living this life is a journey. Personally, I think life is a journey, and everyone has the different pace and different speed they are like living at and all that stuff. you should just stop comparing yourself, because if you compare yourself, then where is the self-love? If you want to love yourself, stop comparing yourself. Compare yourself to you. Compare yourself to the person, to you. What do I mean? Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, who you were 3 years ago. Keep comparing yourself like, oh, what have I achieved? What have I done to be a better version of myself and all that stuff? Don't compare yourself to someone else, because you guys live 2 complete different lives and it's useless, okay? So stop comparing yourself to anyone. You are going to be perfect. You are perfect for yourself. You are beautiful. You are gorgeous. There's no point of comparing, okay, love? Just drop that act. Stop comparing yourself to anyone. Another self-love tip is always prioritize yourself. Put yourself first in everything, okay? I don't care if you are, I don't know, but you should always put yourself first in everything. Let me say you have a business and you work 24/7, like you are always working, always working. Take a break and focus on yourself. That's prioritizing yourself. Take a break, even though it's like 1-day break, or just always take a break and focus on yourself. Take the time for yourself and prioritize yourself, okay? Always be first, regardless. You should always put yourself first. I don't mean it in a selfish way. I don't mean it in a selfish way, but you should always learn how to prioritize yourself, because at the end of the day, no one's gonna prioritize you. It's you against the world, not you and someone against the world. It's always you against the world, okay? So prioritize yourself, and that's gonna help you a lot. Another tip is you have to invest in yourself, okay? Because if you love someone, you always invest that person. If you like something, be like, oh, let me say you go for shopping, be like, oh my god, I love this. It will look good on my boyfriend, it will look good on my best friend. That's what you should do to yourself. If you go out, get your hair done, get your nails done, get that haircut, love yourself, okay? Invest yourself. That's literally self-love. You should always invest in yourself, and it will actually make you feel better. Because personally, me, if I feel like I'm not doing fine, I'll always want to do my hair and look good. That makes me feel good about myself. So you should take that break and invest in yourself, and yeah, you're literally going to see a difference, because the more you invest in yourself, the more you're going to glow and look even better, okay? So take the time and invest in yourself. Another tip is don't go too hard on yourself, guys. Do not go too hard on yourself. Let me say you wanted to start gymming, and it's the first days, right? And you literally let me say you miss a couple of days. Sit down and talk to yourself, and don't go too hard on yourself. Don't be like, oh my god, I can't do this, I'm not going to do it. Like, relax, okay? Relax. Just talk to yourself and be like, yes, I missed today and all that stuff, but I know I'm going to go these days and I'm going to do better for myself. Just don't push yourself too hard, because I feel like self-love is a journey, and you'll have to learn and all that stuff. There'll be a lot of difficulty and all that stuff, but do not go too hard on yourself. Don't rush yourself to do stuff. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. Don't do all this stuff to, you know, just always have to take it slow and take your time, and everything's gonna be fine, okay? Another tip is you should always be true to yourself, okay? Always be true to yourself. Don't lie to yourself and all that stuff. You should always know your capabilities, know what you can do and what you cannot do, and always stay true to yourself. I feel like that will actually help you a lot, because if you're always true to you, you're always going to be honest to yourself, and you won't really jump for things you can't really manage. You get what I'm talking about? And that will prevent you from going so hard on yourself. So you should always be true to yourself. So another tip is setting healthy relationships. Yeah, if you love yourself, another tip is setting healthy relationships. If you want to love yourself and you want to grow, you should always surround yourself with positive people and setting healthy relationships, healthy friendships, healthy everything. If it's friendship, if it's a relationship and all that stuff, you should always be around people who are gonna always be positive to you and not be negative to you, because if you surround yourself with positive people, you are definitely going to grow and love yourself better. If someone always reminds you you're a good person, someone always reminds you you're amazing, someone who's always there for you and all that stuff, the way that person treats you is the way you want to treat yourself. So you should always set healthy relationships and all that stuff. Always be around healthy people, people who want the best for you, because I feel like the world has different types of people, negative people and positive people. You will always find both, but always try to go out with the negative people and stay up with the positive people. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if any of this makes sense, but I feel like it actually makes sense to me. Another tip is, if there are things that you don't like about yourself, let me say a few actions that you don't like about yourself, you should learn to try to be better. Let me say you are a mean person and you don't like that about you, or you are so rude and you don't like that about you. You can actually take some time and work on yourself, because you can't be loving yourself if you have some really bad characters that you have to work on. So you have to sit down and work on that and learn how to be not a rude person, not a mean person, not a shy person and all that stuff. You get what I'm talking about? I feel like all these things actually take time, and you don't just wake up one time and be a better version of yourself. You just don't wake up and love yourself so much. It takes time. It actually takes time. Okay? It actually takes time. And you have to know that you are beautiful and gorgeous no matter what. Don't let anyone say anything to you that's gonna bring you down. You are beautiful just the way you are. Don't let anyone come and ruin that for you, okay? You are enough. You are everything. Honestly, I feel like you're just perfect. You just have to work on some areas and you'll be okay. We don't have to be perfect all the time. We don't strive for perfection, because if you do that, then you're gonna kill yourself, because no one in this world is perfect. No one. We all have flaws. We are all lacking somewhere, and it's okay. You don't have to go too hard on yourself, honestly. And all these tips are just a few things you can actually do, but you are not going to you're not going to be boom poof overnight. No, it takes a little bit of practice and all that stuff. Yes, so personally I feel like those are just a few things that I have for you guys. Some of the things that have actually helped me be a better version of myself, and I'm going to summarize them down for you guys. I'm going to read them down for you guys, okay? So the first thing is how to learn how to embrace imperfections, and number 2 is stop comparing yourself to anyone else, because you are, you know. Number 2 is you are good enough. Don't be good enough for anyone. Don't be good enough for the world. You're good enough for yourself. Always admit your flaws and learn and take action. Learn when to walk away. Invest in yourself. Don't go too hard on yourself. Set healthy relationships and all that stuff. I don't know if I've explained them very well. But I'm not the best at explaining. But I hope you guys pick a message from me, because I want you guys to actually be better versions of yourself as I be a better version of myself. Anyways, one last thing is, at the end of the day, people are not going to judge you according to your appearance and how you look like. We are literally going to see how you act, your acts of kindness. So at the end of the day, we don't really mind about how you look like, honestly. It's what that comes out of your heart that is going to reflect who you actually are. So don't forget to be a really nice and kind-hearted person. You should always, you know, be good. And I feel like your actions are going to speak a lot about how your appearance looks like. So all those are just things on how to love yourself and treat yourself better with all that stuff. But your actions honestly really matter at the end of the day. So if there are a few things that you actually do that don't really make sense to people, you can actually do all those things, but I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. For all those guys who have reached the end of this video, don't forget to comment. If you guys have any other tips on self-love and all that stuff, you can actually leave them in the comments below and I'll definitely check them out. Thank you guys so much for your time, and I love you guys. Bye.